Okay, welcome back, everyone. Today we start our part, final section of the course. It is part 5 of verbal, and we're going to deal with formal communication, formal presentation. So let me go ahead and start right into taking a look at we get a glance here. There we go. Again, this is the very final presentation or final part of the whole class. So there will be nothing after May 13th. No final exam. It'll just be done on May 13th. So when you get this in, you will be done with the course. Let's take a look and see what we've got here. So it starts May 5, which was yesterday, but May 6th through Thursday, May 13th, 2021. Now, due already is the verbal communication part 4, improving informal communication assignments. If you haven't gotten those in, please get those in. Then I'd like to do, if you're doing right now, is watching the video that introduces part 5 on formal presentations. And then we'll move into the actual details for the section. Looking at the fact sheet and whatnot. So why don't we go ahead and do that now? And then we'll give you a little heads up of what this is all about. Here we go. First of all, when people think of formal presentations, a panic comes over to most people like this. Not everyone, but most people. Well, quite frankly, giving a formal presentation can be far easier than making informal communications or informal discussions, chatting with people you don't know. And there's a couple of reasons for it. Well, first of all, you have control of the situation, okay? Not the audience, nobody else, you do. When it's your time to speak, you have control. So you can go as fast as you need or as slow as you need. If you want to deviate a little bit, you deviate a little bit. The audience is frankly going to give you as much leeway as you need. And the reason why is if they are there listening to you, it's simply because you know something that they don't know, like to know, or there's a reason for them to be there. You obviously know something that they don't know. So you have the power, which is an important part. A lot of people don't get that. There's a lot of things they think, oh my gosh, all these people that are looking at me, they're staring at me, they're looking through me. Don't worry about that. They first of all, if you make oopses or goofs, people expect that. So really don't worry too much about it. But again, the big thing is you have control. It is your show. So go with it, enjoy it, try to be comfortable. Well, let's take a look at some of the important things. Planning for an effective presentation, that's objective 32. Now, this is even before you get up and start rehearsing. Yes, you should be rehearsing this. This is even before that. You should be actually outlining, probably is a good way of doing outlining what's your introduction going to be like? Then what's the body, the main portion of your presentation going to be like? And then finally, how are you going to wrap this thing up? Now, what you should also do is include, well, what are you going to say? Now, you don't have to be verbatim. My biggest suggestion is don't have a script. Now, notes are fine, but a script will get you into trouble. If you miss a line, you're going to be all goofed up. It is better that you have an idea of what you're going to speak, maybe an outline, notes, but a script is one sure way that you're going to get yourself in trouble. So I suggest bypass that. But so what you're going to do is you're going to actually prepare, for the lack of a better term, the content. What is it you're going to say in the opening? What is it you may demonstrate if you're going to have a demonstration? Are you going to be behind a podium? Are you going to be moving around freely? Are you going to have a lavalier or a wireless microphone? Or are you stuck with a microphone that's on a podium? These are things you really need to plan. I myself, when I'm in a class or if I'm getting a presentation, I just, I may start at the podium, but I immediately walk away. The podium is, it's kind of like a pacifier for kids. When they get all anxious and sure themselves, they have a pacifier. Well, the same thing goes with a podium. I urge you, if you can, get away from it, move around, walk around in the front. I don't mean back and forth, but take a moment, interact with the people that you are going to be with. So plan these things out. And it doesn't hurt to think about, at this point, I'll move here or I'll move there, okay? If you don't actually do it, no one's going to know it because it's your plan. But I would certainly plan the presentation from start to finish. Now, the video planning for an effective presentation is going to help you a ton with that, as well as the readings in the book on page 98, 99. Now we're going to move into 3 easy step method for awesome presentation content. Now, the first objective 32 is planning it. 33 deals with, well, what are you going to include in your presentation? Not only verbally, but nonverbal. Now, as a demonstration, I'm going to be talking about protein drinks. Well, maybe you have an example of a protein drink, but this is also very important. It also helps you determine how much time do you need, and you may have to back off, or you may have to add, as the case might be. So again, the video, easy 3-step method to awesome presentation content, it will certainly help you, as well as the book. You have a worksheet to work on, get that done. Rehearsing, yes, absolutely rehearse. Now, I don't mean sit here at your desk and in your mind go through it. Just kind of think about it, what you're going to do. No, say it out loud. Now, you don't have to say it out loud loudly, but you need to verbalize it because that takes time. And it tells you, you're going to hear what you're going to be saying. And if it doesn't sound right, you're going to hear it. If it's in your head, you don't hear it. So practice. 1 time, absolutely. 2 times, better yet. 3 times, perfectly. The better off you, the more often you can do it, the better off it is. Now, granted, if it's a very important one, you probably want to practice a lot. So it almost becomes what we call rote. You just do it. But if it's not that big of a, I wouldn't say that big of a deal, but if you're just kind of giving a little part of a presentation for a major thing, you don't have to be as perfect in the practicing, but I would certainly rehearse a number of times, as many as you can. Again, objection 34 deals with how to practice your upcoming presentation. Video is going to help you out. I'm going to say something like stand in front of a mirror. Well, why not? Because then you can see what the people see in you as you're speaking. That's an important thing. Watch the video, do the workbook stuff, the fact sheets, get those on there. Next we have is delivering a presentation. Well, the delivering is the actual doing it. All right, now how to deliver an effective presentation. That video is going to help you out a ton. It's going to basically tell you how to be comfortable, how to be free, how to look to the audience. The more confident you look, you may be bubbling up inside, but the more confident you externally look, the better off the reception is going to be. Watch the video, read the book, finish the worksheet. Objective 36, how to build rapport. Well, rapport here is basically, you should be interacting with the audience. Okay? Now, that means you should not be looking down at your notes. You should be looking at the audience. Pan the audience. Stop once in a while. It gives the impression that you are speaking to that person or persons in that area. You may not even be looking at them. Okay, eye contact is ideal. Not too long, but enough. So the front row, stop, talk to a person, take a couple seconds and move on. You are bringing them into your presentation. That's very, very important. If the back of the room or the back of the room, look at the back. They don't know that you may not be looking at them, but if you look and you talk and then you move on in a different direction, stop, make sure you cover the whole audience, okay, not just certain portions of it. Walk up to people. Like I said, I don't like podiums. I abhor them. I want to get out there and I want to meet with the people, talk to people, ask them questions, ad lib questions. And what do you think about that? That's cool. People like that. So that's building rapport. Watch the video, read the book, get the fact sheet done. The next one is a big one for people. How do you deal with anxiety? Well, anybody who's going to do a good presentation will have some kind of anxiety. Okay, now, what I mean by anxiety, I mean you're, I got to break it down to a sweat and you're ready to pass out. Now, even those little twinges you get in your gut, I even get those. It may be just a moment, but if I don't have those, they're kind of telling me, hey, don't be overconfident. It just kind of brings me back into reality here. So how to get rid of them? Well, there's a number of practices you can do. Deep breathing helps a ton. Okay. Before you speak, just a deep breath. Let it out slowly. Now make sure you don't have a live mic because it sounds kind of goofy. Those help. Do a couple, 2 or 3 of them. Don't do a lot of them because you may pass out and then you really look goofy. Other things are talking, self-talk. I think I can, I think I can. Those kinds of things. The more you practice, the better off your anxiety or reduction in anxiety level you will have. You will just feel confident. So again, watch the video, read the book. You get some great hints. Work what's good for you. If there's something they don't mention and you know it works, do it. Appropriate visuals. Again, the visuals can be anything from a good old PowerPoint, which everybody uses nowadays, to even a demonstration or a prop. You hold up something and you talk about it. Those are good things to have. But remember to talk about them. So if you are holding up, like I've got here, I'm not sure you can see it, a bottle of premium protein, if I'm talking about it, point it, have a look at it, show the people. Okay? Those are important things. You are talking to not 30 or 50 or 1,000 people, you're talking to a person. That's what they are perceiving. They don't think, well, I'm 1,000 here. No, they are, I am here and you are there and you are talking to me. So keep that in mind. All right. Preparing presentation visuals, we already talked about that. How to answer questions in a presentation. Well, there's 2 ways you can do this. You can start off right from the very beginning saying, I believe you probably have questions about this. Why don't you hold them all off until the very end, and I will be glad to cover them as needed. If you want to wait until the end, my suggestion is wait till the end. Okay. Or you can do it the other way. It depends also on what I'm presenting. If I'm in a class, I will let students hop in anytime. If I'm giving a formal presentation on something, I wait until the questions at the end. You dictate how you want to do that. All right, and make it happen. So questions and answers are very important. Now, if you come up with a question that you don't have an answer for, don't feel bashful. Say, that's a very good question and I don't have an answer for it right at the moment, but I'll tell you what, let's get together after the presentation and we'll talk about it. If need be, I'll get your contact information and provide the details too. Very simple. Good way to get out of a potentially sticky situation. Anyways, so objective 39, how to deal with questions. That'll help you out. Watch the video, do the readings, and away you go. When you're all done or individually, upload them. Get this all done by May 13th, and you will be done with the term. Okay. Now, if you do have any missing assignments, okay, it depends on how far back they are. But if you get them in, you will get some form of credit. Any kind of points are worth it in this class. So the more points you have, the better off you're going to be in the class. Anyways, so let me stop this. That's about it. I hope you have a good week. email me if you have any questions. If not, I'll talk to you later. Well, I don't know if I'll talk to you later, but good luck with the rest of your academic work. We'll see you all later. Take care.